Good evening. Welcome to JMUES. I would say Mr. Benson and I are thrilled to be here with our first 5th grade concert. And for some kids, they didn't get to have any 4th grade concerts, so this is really exciting. I am Miss Serenita, the band teacher here at JMUES. My colleague, Mr. Benson, is our chorus teacher. And we're going to kick things right off with the band. So we'll get started right away. We just want to give you a little overview of all the work we've done since the beginning, starting right away with after they learned how to put instruments together and started making their first sounds. We also talked a lot about body position and playing position, so hopefully they're going to model this as we go over this. Their feet should both feet should be solidly on the floor, pushing down into the earth. Their body should be at the front edge of the chair, and then the sides of the body should be long, 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 like a freshly made snowman. Show them a freshly made snowman. Instead of, you can go ahead and show this too, a melting snowman. Show them melting snowman. You don't want to see melting snowman at home playing instruments. So they're going to be in that freshly made snowman, long sides. And then when they bring their instruments up to play, they're going to keep their bodies tall. Go ahead and just go to playing position. Playing position. Shins are up, elbows for percussionists are a little away from their body. And so this actually takes a lot of core work. It's very easy to start slouching, so we work hard on that. Then we started to just get used to, on the wind instruments, moving around with our fingers and setting our lips. So we first start to make a sound, and then we try to descend, step down some musical notes on the staff, and then step back up. So we're going to have a couple kids demonstrate that so you can hear how it sounds on each instrument. So demonstrating our flute is Andra. Andra, you can stand up so they can hear and see you. And she's going to demonstrate descending and ascending on the flute. Great to get up here and play like that. On the clarinet, we have Eric, who is willing to demonstrate that. And Eric, are you going to descend first or ascend first? He's going to descend first. And we have 2 people splitting the job on saxophone. We have Liam. Liam, please stand. And are you descending? All right, here's Liam descending with a saxophone. And Haley, we'll split the applause for them in a moment, is going to start low and step up or ascend. Great job, saxes. Now, the brass is a little bit different. With our woodwinds, the flute and the clarinet and the saxophone, the fingers do most of the work. On the brass instruments, their mouth muscles, our embouchures, do most of the work, and they have to learn how to make a low note setting, and a high note setting. On the trumpet, Oliver's going to demonstrate low and high. Oliver, yep, stand up, Oliver. Yes, good. And on the trombone, where are my trombones that are helping with that? Megan and Natalie. Okay, go ahead. Stand up. And they're going to play low and then high. So that's how you move your lips to that. And then, very exciting, we also have a euphonium. Can you stand up for a moment so they can see that great instrument? Hold that up so they can see it. Yeah, cool, right? And Finn, you may sit to demonstrate this, but he's also going to demonstrate a low mouth setting and a high mouth setting. So you can hear that beautiful tone. In our percussion, we've moved over to the drums recently, but they spent a lot of time going in order on their bell kits, going from low to high, and high to low, but we've just moved over to the drums, so you won't get to hear the bells tonight. Next, we had to anchor the beat. So once we could read and play different musical pitches, we could measure the lengths together at the same speed. So they're going to just show you how they match their beat to me. They're going to be able to hear my beat and see it, and you're going to see the beat either in their toe or their heel. Hopefully you won't hear it very much. It's more about them feeling the beat than hearing their beat. All right, here we go. Just show them matching that. We'll anchor the beat. Beat, and anchor the beat. That's it. It seems really easy, but to get that many people doing a same exact speed beat is pretty great. And then we can now measure notes. So first we will play a whole note, which show them on your fingers how many beats do we have to measure a whole note for. There you go. You're going to hear a 4-beat note, exactly 4 beats that they'll measure. Beat, 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 beat. 1, 2, and press beat. They sound great, right? Already a great sound. Then we're going to take that whole note and break it into 2 equal halves. Toe, toe, to create 2 half notes. Have to be quite still. Beat, strums, remember to start. Beat, beat, 1, 2, and press beat. And we'll break each of those sounds again into 2 equal pieces, so we'll have 4 equal sounds of each 1 beat exactly. These are our quarter notes. Hopefully just 4 quarter notes. This group is so great. You probably can, maybe you're amazed, but every single one is focused in on me. Isn't that impressive right now? They're just incredible. So now comes the test. There could be some mistakes, and that's okay. This is the hardest one of all. We're going to play 4 beats of silence. This is actually the hardest thing we do. Would you agree, guys? All right, so we're going to nail down 4 beats of silence. Silence. Beat 4 beats of silence. That is awesome. It took us how many times? 5 tries just now to get that right? No joke, that was awesome. So, then we have to work on starting all together, which you've seen, and ending together. But you're going to see how precise. I have to really watch my arms to come up and breathe in. Even our percussionists are going to breathe in together. And they're going to wait for me to release the sound. They're going to keep playing that note until I close off the sound. So their eyes cannot leave me, which is really hard. It's easy to get distracted. So we'll begin a sound, sustain a sound, and end the sound, and then we'll be ready to perform some songs for you. Watch me, wait for me. And then it was time to play the most famous song in the entire world, Hot Cross Buns. So we're going to nail down this Hot Cross Buns for you. It's going to be amazing. everybody to get a little sassy and change our fingers on the beat for Mary Had a Little Lamb. Beat, 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 beat. 1, 2, and ready. We do have a small selection of student solos. Our concert really crept up on us quickly, so I think more kids would like to be playing solos, so we're going to be having a solo night coming up in February, so that anyone that wants a solo will be able to do it at that time. But we just have a small sampling. We're going to start with Layla on the saxophone with Ode to Joy, and I'm going to have Layla, are you comfortable standing up, Layla? Okay, let me just take care of your feet. You got it. So this is Layla playing Ode to Joy. Section, and Lauren will perform Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. I'm always inspired by all of our soloists because music's almost never perfect, so you have to be vulnerable to get up to play the solo, you have to practice a lot, and then you have to be willing to know it might not go perfectly and recover. And so I'm just really inspired by everyone that's performing their solos. We'll move to Grace on the flute playing When the Saints Go Marching In with a little extra razzle dazzle. And we're going to stay in flute land for Macy, who's going to play the alphabet song. And then Natalie on her trombone is going to go over with Caitlin. And they're playing, it's kind of neat, they're actually playing this really fun part that's in a song, in this polka that we're going to be playing with a whole band, but it's just cool by itself. So this is the trombone and snare drum polka duet. And now it's time for the hardest song of the night for us. Go Tell Aunt Rhody. We've got half notes, we've got quarter notes, we've got a dotted half note. It's going to be crazy. Hold your feet. What are you telling me? That you heard a preview of with the trombone and the drum. Now the whole band's going to perform the Aunt Rhody polka. Before our finale, I would just like to take a moment to compliment all of the band students. It's not easy to learn a band instrument. Some of us come to it a little naturally sometimes, but there's a lot going on. You have to be reading how high or low the pitches are at the same time as measuring their length in a steady beat. And if you're playing with more than one person, you have to be monitoring yourself for accuracy, along with responding to the people around you and adjusting if necessary to those around you. Making sound can be very difficult. So this group is fantastic. They're working really, really hard, especially the last 2 weeks. We've made huge progress in the last 2 weeks. Lots of kids coming before school and after school to do their practice. And I think you can hear that tonight. They have a beautiful sound. I'm really proud of them, and I can't wait to keep working with them. So before we head over to Mr. Benson and the chorus, we have our grand finale, which is called a coda. No repeat, but a really cool special ending. Wait, Christy, you don't have to speak yet. 1, 2, stand ready. We can't wait to see you at our next concert in March. Very excited about that. And we'll turn this over to the chorus.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Anders Benson, and I have the pleasure of directing the 5th grade chorus here at JMUES. I'd like to say a couple words about what we're doing first. We are going to start out with a piece called Art Thou Troubled by George Friedrich Handel. This is probably one of the most difficult pieces I have ever done with a chorus before. It is all one part, yet the students are moving into different keys throughout the entire piece, and I have been extremely impressed with how well they were able to take that in. So, without further ado, I present to you Art Thou Troubled.
Shall be thine.
Thank you very much. We have a couple different accompanists this evening. So joining us on piano for this first one, that was Mrs. Jeannie Wagner. She is a teacher here at JMUES. Let's give her a big hand. Now this next tune is called Woodwind. It's a collection of folk songs from Ghana, very joyous and happy. And it's very neat how this piece ended up working out. Before the pandemic, we had choir here, and this was a piece that we were going to perform there. Yet, I think you know what happened. And we had an accompanist there that was a student here at this school. And unfortunately, she never got to play it. So instead, now her sister is in the chorus, and she agreed to accompany us on this tune. So I'd like to welcome to the piano Miss Vivian Carlton. And before we start this one, I'd also like to give a few thank yous. All our music colleagues from around the district that are here this evening, thank you for being here tonight and supporting. We really love all the group of music teachers we have and how closely knit we are, and we appreciate that you are here tonight helping us out. We'd also like to thank Mr. Greg Cunningham. He's videotaping our recording, or our performance tonight. So big hand for Mr. Greg Cunningham as well. So I would like to present you with our final tune, Old Wisana.